Most people operate under a comforting assumption. You think your personality is a fixed trait, that who you are today is who you've always been. But that permanence is a biological illusion. Your identity is highly malleable, and right now it is actively being rewritten. You are not staying the same person. Day by day, hour by hour, you are transitioning into someone else. Tiny, repeated behavioral patterns drive this shift, far more than any single life-altering decision. It happens every time you ignore a nagging discomfort, every time you choose immediate convenience over necessary effort, every time you avoid a difficult conversation. The primary danger here is that the shift is invisible. The degradation happens so gradually that you never notice the change occurring in real time. In isolation, these micro-choices appear harmless, but stacked together over months and years, they function as a stealth mechanism, forging a brand new baseline identity. To understand this trap, look at the brain itself. This neural map illustrates your mind's mandate, prioritizing energy efficiency over growth. To save calories, your brain builds behavioral shortcuts out of your easiest choices. Initially, these shortcuts reduce immediate stress and protect fragile notions. But eventually, those initial protections calcify into restrictive habits. Conscious, deliberate decision-making shuts down, replaced by familiar, automatic repetition. You quietly lower your standards. You delay required effort, telling yourself you'll handle it tomorrow. Before long, you stop operating your life consciously and become controlled by your own mental shortcuts. When these newly adopted lazy actions collide with your previously held high standards, it creates an intense, sickening psychological friction. In psychology, this specific tension is known as cognitive dissonance. It is the acute physical discomfort of knowing you are acting beneath your potential. To solve this friction, your brain executes a biological workaround. Instead of spending the heavy energy required to fix the bad behavior, it simply alters your core beliefs to match your new actions. Your mind justifies its own decay. It convinces your conscious awareness that these compromised standards are actually perfectly acceptable. This creates a sequential fading of your internal moral alarm system. When you first betray your standards, you feel resistance, then a nagging discomfort, then a heavy guilt, and finally, absolute silence. This biological progression into feeling nothing is called emotional adaptation. The mechanism forcefully normalizes your degraded behavior. It recalibrates your baseline so that skipping the workout or avoiding the work no longer triggers any internal alarm. The ultimate danger of this adaptation is that the exact actions which once felt profoundly wrong to you now feel perfectly, unquestionably normal. And while your conscious mind is distracted by the friction of daily life, a final background process is executing silently. Your brain possesses a system called the default mode network. It activates exclusively when you aren't focused on a specific task, during moments of idle reflection and passive thinking. This is the exact forge where your identity is shaped. If that input is a series of small surrenders and passive habits, that is the identity it builds. If your background thoughts passively accept this mental decay, your permanent identity will follow that exact same pattern. You do not randomly wake up one day as someone you hate. You become the direct result of the behaviors you repeatedly tolerate. Daily habits are shaping your identity. Your environment is shaping your behavior, and constant avoidance shapes your future. When you finally look in the mirror and ask, "How did I become this person?" the answer won't be one catastrophic event. It will be the sum of thousands of ignored micro-moments. Having passive awareness of this psychological decay is useless. Awareness without decisive action is just a different form of avoidance. To escape this loop, you must consciously interrupt your established patterns. You have to rebuild your shattered baseline standards from the ground up. And above all, you must actively seek out and face the exact discomfort you have been running from. Because if you don't, the version of yourself that you once feared becoming will eventually feel completely normal.